Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for joining me once again. I am so glad that you clicked on this video. I will be doing a book review on Dice by T.N. Baker, and this is the cover of the book. That looks a little interesting. Beautiful woman on the cover. I think that's a city skylight. Really nicely done. So let's go ahead and get into this. This book involves a man named Wusan. At least that is how I pronounced it while reading this book. And Wusan is a street guy with a mean hand at playing dice. Wusan didn't have a regular job. The dice game was how he made his money. Wusan was doing pretty well for himself until a man named Tone showed up. Tone has recently been released from prison and is back on the block. Tone kind of has it out for Wusan because back in the day before he went to prison, Wusan pretty much got him for his paper during the dice game. And at least that's what I am led to believe, because there's really not another clear reason for Tone having it out for Wusan. So I think Tone just got his money taken from a youngster and just didn't get over it, which seems kind of like, okay, how long ago was that? Move on. But apparently Tone was not willing to move on. It also could have been just, one of those bravado swinging contests men sometimes have. I'll let you read the book to see which side of the coin you agree with. Is Tone having it in for Wusan because of an old dice game where he lost money? Or is it one of those male swinging who's the baddest contests between the two? You'll decide which side of the coin you are on. Or come up with your own kind of thoughts on it, okay? It seemed after all this time, Tone hasn't been able to let getting got for his paper by a youngster go. Tone seems to really be out for some get back, and Wusan's pride got him into a bad situation with Tone. Tone played Wusan in a high-stakes game of dice. Wusan wrote a check his behind, and his money stash couldn't cash. Okay? This started on a downward spiral of the two men's lives. One overly confident in his abilities, and the other arrogant in thinking his rep made him untouchable. Oh, Unich? I don't know how they want the name pronounced. While I was reading it, I just called her E. Because I was like, I don't know how they want me to pronounce that, and we're just going to say E. But I think it's Unich? Not really sure. E. Wusan's girl gets caught in the middle of these two men and their rivalry, pretty much. E is asked to make a tough decision. I would say she was under duress in making this decision. It changed the lives of all three of them. And you'll have to read the book to find out if this decision should have even occurred. You'll have to read the book to find out, did this decision change E's life for the better or not? You'll have to read the book to find that out. And how this decision affected all three of them. The story involves a foolish man's decisions and the repercussions. The love of a woman that is tested by time and circumstances. I mean, I really can't tell you too much more, or I'll give the story away. I mean, as you can see, it's a really short book. So I can't give away too much detail. But you'll have to read the book to find out all about this juiciness and what these decisions they have made and how they are affecting everybody. It is a good weekend read. It's 242 pages. The author made a well-rounded story that you can get caught up in, for sure. The storyline is pretty simple and straightforward. There's not really anything hidden. There's not a mystery. It's just a story of what happens between these people, and it's pretty straightforward. It just kind of walks you really through it. The ending wasn't rushed, which is always a plus. I believe this would be an urban fiction category. And I think there's room for a sequel to find out what happens next in the lives of these characters. I don't know when this book was released, and I did not look it up to find out if there has been a sequel made of it or not. You might want to take the time to find that out if you decide to read the book and find it interesting enough to want to read what happens next with these people. There are some caution/warnings to mention. There is death described in detail. There is quite a bit of cursing, so if that offends you, beware. There is also sexual content. I had actually made a Facebook post, and the Facebook post had nothing to do with this book, okay? I had figured out how to make a quick snack treat or whatever, and so I was actually posting about the little treat that I made, right? And in the background is this book, and wow, the page that it so happened to be on was a sex scene, and one of my friends commented like, "Ooh, child, what are you reading?" And I hadn't realized it until they made that comment that it was a sex scene page. Oops. So yeah, that's definitely up in there. There are no discussion questions provided in the book. You can have a discussion about fast money versus a regular 9 to 5. A conversation on if you would make the same decision E did or not and why. A conversation on why people pick the type of person that they do, knowing the lifestyle the person lives. Is it that bad boy syndrome for us women in our younger years? We want the bad boy, and then as we grow older, we want the more settled and accomplished guy. I don't know. That would be a great conversation to have. A discussion of why street life has such an appeal on males in particular and persons of color. The topic of peer pressure and how it can create a false sense of needing to prove yourself to others. Also, you could talk about why the need for males in particular to have street cred and respect. I don't know. I think it's a macho thing, maybe. I don't know. There could be conversation dissecting each character's actions and why they did what they did. The topic of how law enforcement responds to situations given the nature of incident, location, and the race of the people involved. Those are just a few to get you started. I mean, if you read the book, you may come up with some more. This is a very short book, so obviously it is a short review. Okay, it is a good book. I say go check it out. I did give it a 10 out of 10. I didn't have any real critiques or anything that I just was like needed to mention as something I didn't like or thought the book could improve on. So I really don't have any of that. I liked it. It was entertaining. It did make me turn the pages to try and figure out what the heck these people what are they doing? What are they doing? And why? Like, another good topic of discussion is just why do people do things? Like, why? I mean, sometimes it's a question of, is it really that important? I mean, is it really that serious what other people think about you? I mean, like, it's not. I mean, it's what they think, and most oftentimes you can't change what other people think about you. Just live your life. If you owe money, pay it. No, I don't know. But it's a good book. If you've read the book, comment your thoughts. I'd love to know what other people think about the books that I give a review on. If you have a different perspective, I welcome it. Comment respectfully, and it's all good. If you haven't read the book, give it a try. Give it a try, and then tell me what you think about it after you've read it. As always, you, the viewers, are greatly appreciated. I thank you for your comments, likes, shares, subscribing. Love, 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 love it. Thank you so, so, so much. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you anything. And then you get all the updates for when a video is posted, so you can be in the know. And click like, share, tell some friends to come on over and take a gander at the videos and find something that they might want to read. And until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.